Hey, I'm Kathy. I just wanted to introduce myself and tell you what this channel is all about. So, I am a 41-year-old single mom living at home with my parents with my 3 kids. Not ideal. Never saw myself being in this position in my whole life. Like, I left home when I was 18, went to college, never came back until way later in life than I really should have had to. I've been a stay-at-home mom since 2014. Previous to that, I did have a full-time job and was working in my field that I went to school, and I was a lab tech. But in 2014, decided to become a stay-at-home mom so I could actually raise my kids and not just maintain them, and I loved it. But however, in 2022, my spouse and I separated. My now ex, and I was still a stay-at-home mom. I had a small business that was basically got me out of the house and allowed me to create my own hours and still be there for my kids for their special events, school, and before and after school, like just to still be present in their lives. So I liked it, and it was fine when we had my spouse's income to rely on, because he had been the breadwinner for the previous 10 years, and so this was just a little extra income that helped out. However, when we separated, I kept the kids with me, and he left. Basically, just left me in a tough situation where I still was a primary caregiver of our kids, but expected to, be able to support them full time like he did. However, I had been out of the workforce for 10 years. I still want to be a part of my kids' lives. I didn't want to miss out on all of the things because they are only young once, and I don't want to miss out. I'm a mom. That's my primary focus, is raising my kids and being there for them. So it's not ideal, to say the least. Obviously, living with my parents helps a lot, and I can't thank them enough. However, it is kind of a blow to my ego because I never thought I'd be back here. Never in my game plan was it, move back in with my parents, with my family. That never crossed my mind that I would ever have to do that. But here we are. So this channel is about me climbing my way back out from this hole that I've dug for myself, and succeeding in life, actually living the life that I want to live. Because I spent a lot of years just going along with things. When you're not the primary earner in your home, at least in my experience, your opinion matters less. That's how I have felt, and felt like voicing my opinion, if it differed from my spouse's, was not a good idea, because I'm not saying it was a controlling relationship, but he earned the money, and I pretty much had to go along with the ride, even if I disagreed with it. That's just what happened. And I'm not making excuses, and I'm not, I made the decisions too, I guess. But now I don't have somebody else's opinion trying to override mine, and now it's time to pull up my old big girl pants and live a successful life. So that's what this channel is all about. So back in 2022, again, when we had separated, but previous to my separation from my husband by a few months, we were common law, so that made things a little bit easier. But a few months previous to my separation, my sister passed away. She had a long battle with cancer, and she unfortunately passed away. So I was made co-executor of her estate along with my mom, thankfully. And I quickly realized that I had no idea what it meant to be an executor of estate, what goes into a will, probate, taxes, basically anything, like how to even track down insurance policies and things like that. Basically anything that had to do with being an adult, and especially the end of life things. I had no idea what I was doing and what even I should be doing as a mom to help protect my kids and leave them with as much as I can without, the government taking more than their fair share. So that, coupled with when we split up, So my sister passed away in March of 2022. I split from my husband, or he split from us, in October. And so I was left, I had always done our finances, but kind of not really consistently, unfortunately. When things were tight, I budgeted. When things weren't, we kind of let the money flow freely, and that's not a good plan. So I was in charge of my own finances, which I was actually glad, because I'm more of a saver and more of a frugal person. So then I could continue to be, and I could keep a close eye on our finances. But I realized that I really didn't know where I should be putting my money, like what like TFSAs we have in Canada. I'm in Canada. TFSAs, RRSPs, like for retirement, and all the things that go along with, like even life insurance. I had no idea. So I wanted to learn about these things, like about end of life things like wills and power of attorneys, along with personal finances and just getting my life together. So I've been in a financial planning course through FP Canada. It's the governing body of financial planners in Canada. And so I have learned a lot from that course. That has been very valuable information. I'm not quite done it, but I'm almost done. So also for this channel, I want to share what I have learned in this financial planning course, because a lot of things I did not know, and I should know being an adult. And because, you know, if you wait to invest, if you miss out on your 20s or your 30s to invest, you know, you're a little bit behind, and it's much better to do those things back in your 20s. But since you don't have a time machine, unfortunately, beginning now is better than never. But if you learn this information sooner, you know, the sooner you learn it, the better, because then you can go ahead and put it to work. A lot of this channel will focus on personal finances. I also do budgeting, and you know, try to keep my finances in order as much as I can, and I'd love to teach you along the way as I figure things out and kind of document what works for me, what doesn't, so that you can do the same. I'm also very passionate about personal development. I read personal development books all the time, and I listen to audiobooks like all the time in the car, and when I'm out walking or anything, I always listen to personal development. And I found out kind of later in life that, which along with everything, the personal development is really important, and that you should keep learning even when you're done school. I know, crazy concept. I also want to share what I learned in the many personal development books and audiobooks that I read and listen to, and pass that information on to you, so that maybe you'll get into personal development, because I think it's so important and it's so interesting, and it's just, I don't know, it's good for the mind, along with personal wellness. So I recently just finished 75 Hard. If you don't know what that is, it's 75 days of these 5 tenets that you kind of follow: drinking 4 liters of water, reading 10 pages of a personal development book each day, exercising twice a day for 45 minutes, or one of those workouts has to be outside, following a diet, can be any diet plan. I chose a plant-based, whole food plant-based diet, and also taking a progress picture every single day. So you have to do those 5 things every single day, and if you don't, you have to start over. So I just finished that, and I have really never felt better. And I've been keeping up most of the things with the 75 Hard. Keeping physically fit and active is so really important. So I want to just kind of share what I'm doing with that as well, and you can share with me what you do to help keep active even when you don't want to, because that's the kicker, right? We have to stay motivated and keep going. So I would really like this channel to be about really positive and building each other up, and finding the success that we yearn for and want to achieve, and just keep encouraging one another. So basically the content for this channel will be personal finance, all the information I could possibly give that will be helpful, what has worked for me, what hasn't. Be personal development. I'll recommend books and audiobooks to listen to, and you know, just give helpful tips and tricks about staying positive and getting in the right mindset, as well as personal wellness, like what I eat, what I do for exercise, how I feel, and just overall health. I really want this channel to be a positive experience where we are enthusiastic and we help each other out, and we support one another with our ideas, and we share what works for us, what doesn't, and just kind of boost each other up so that so that we don't feel alone. Because I find that coming from being a stay-at-home mom, loneliness is a feeling that I do have often. So I'd like this to be a community where we support one another and are just there and positive. Like, positivity is very important. So I wanted to thank you for watching, and if you wanted more, if you like the written content, you can check out my blog. It's kathyburley.com, kathyburley.com, and yeah, it's another place where you can support one another. I have a bi-weekly newsletter that you can sign up for that will have information basically on personal finance, any personal development books that I'm listening to or reading there that I recommend, and just wellness, like maybe some recipes, I don't know, or just what I'm eating, what's working, what's not, and just try to, just would really like to build a community that is very supportive and can cheer each other on. And I want to share what works for me and what doesn't, and I would love to hear from you what works for you and what doesn't. Thanks so much for watching, and if what I have said resonated with you in any way, I'd love for you to subscribe. You can check out my blog, and yeah, we can support one another, and I think it would be great. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.